Marvel Snap, for those that haven't seen it, is the game I've been playing the most of off stream lately, just because the games are super bite-sized and quick, so it's easy to fit them in here or there. Plays nicely on my cellular device. Game is super straightforward to learn the basics of, easily the quickest to pick up digital card game out there. You'll see 3 tiles in the center of the board here, with the goal being you want to have the most power at 2 of the 3 tiles at the end of the game. Your cards have a mana cost top left, a power top right, and then they have some other type of effect, typically speaking. This deck that we're playing is built around the card Cerebro here, which says your highest power cards all get +2 power. And this deck that I am playing notably is all 3 power things. So Cerebro basically gives our entire board +2 attack. Mr. Negative is a super sweet build-around card. Yeah. Hawkeye is actually a great pickup. So we're going to go ahead and Moon Girl. Moon Girl's kind of a sweet combo enabler. So she, oh, if I can pull her up instead of putting her into play, on reveal duplicates our hand, and she notably copies our hand from left to right, because there's a max hand size of 7. So when Moon Girl flips up here, she's going to give us a second armor, Cerebro, and Sentinel. There's a Devil Dino, which has 2 power for every card in their hand. So now I want to get both of these Cerebros into play. Cards played into the Dark Dimension are not revealed until after the game ends. So I'm going to put my Cerebros into here so they don't know that they're coming. I think we'll go ahead and Hawkeye into the center here. Oh, I can't play 1-cost cards into the center, right? Hellfire Club. So we'll Hawkeye right then. He's going to end up getting pushed around by the Strange Academy, but that's fine. Lockjaw, interesting. Let's throw a cheat things into play deck. Well then. Okay, so the Strange Academy is going to relocate some things here, but we just grabbed Shang-Chi. Okay. So we can Shang-Chi here. Well, I guess I actually don't want to Shang-Chi this turn, right? Because I have 5 resources. So we can Shang-Chi wherever the Infinite ends up at. So I'm going to Cerebro plus a Sentinel, I think. And then next turn we can Shang-Chi plus a 2-drop. I'm going to snap here. I think we're actually in a pretty good spot. I guess if it puts both of these into the same spot and Infinite also ends up in that same spot, it's bad for us. And they waived, so I can only play 1 card this turn. Only being able to play 1 card this turn is actually pretty unfortunate for us. I could lose the Dark Dimension. Hopefully they're just going to play into the Strange Academy, assuming that, yeah. Okay, so there's Odin. So we kill this, and then we actually won this game, right? Because we kill the Infinite, and then the Cerebros flip up, so we win mid. Yeah, sweet game. Yeah, solid W for sure. I built this deck as kind of just a meme because I really wanted to play with Cerebro after I opened it, but I've played a lot of games and I think it's actually pretty okay. Being able to put 28 power into a couple locations is a pretty good metric. So Blue Marvel is the only card in our deck that has more than 3 power, but that's because it has all of our other cards get +1 power, which means that Cerebro still works because everything will be 4 instead of everything being 3. Winning the Baxter building gets +3. Okay, so I don't really want to Moon Girl this turn because, sorry, I'm searching for it. I don't really want to, I want to draw more cards. Ideally, I want to draw a Cerebro here. So I'm going to Hawkeye plus Sentinel here, which Sentinel will put us up to 6 cards, and then we'll still be able to draw next turn. I need this deck to use the Blue Marvel skin. I do like this Blue Marvel art. Okay, so I definitely want to play 2/2s this turn, and we're obviously playing into the Baxter building because Hawkeye is here. Then I think we just play Swarm mid to try and get some extra power there. Yes, the object is to have a bunch of units that all are the same power, so they all get buffed by Cerebro. Okay, so the way our opponent is setting up here, I assume they're playing Nova Carnage, so I probably want... Ooh, armor is great. I probably want to armor... I was going to say I probably want a Cosmo mid, but actually, we could just cover both of these now at this point, right? I can armor here and Cosmo here, and then they can't Nova Carnage either of these next turn. They could do it this turn, because notably, my opponent has priority because they're winning 2. So if they Nova Carnage this turn, they do get us. But is what it is. Seven cards in hand at the moment. Okay, and they said ARG, so I assume we caught them here. So I drew Cerebro. Do we... What locations do I want to play into? I want to play for this one, right? Because it gives me spots everywhere else. So we get Sentinel plus Cerebro. Of course, if they win here, I end up being behind. I could Rhino here. I think this might be better. I don't know, it's tough. It's tough. Okay, this gets them, right? Because we win, we have 15 here, and we have 8 in the middle now. Does Cosmo block Cerebro? No, he stops on reveal effects, he doesn't stop ongoing effects. This is ongoing. It powers up things you play after it. If we'd have had priority going into turn 5 there, I would have snapped them on 5. But because they had priority and they could have been Nova Carnaging me on 5, I elected not to snap, which was unfortunate, but I think it was correct to not snap there. Play a card here, destroy it. Thankfully, we do have armor, so we'll be able to play out into this location. Should we want to down the line? Just gonna go ahead and domino mid for now. There is a visual bug with Domino on occasion. So Domino is currently in the center. And when I play this out here, she'll appear there, and then I can pull this back. I kind of want to play into this area, and I don't really want to draw rock. So I think I'm actually just going to Rhino this. X-Mansion is bad for us, potentially. Yeah, if it gives us something... Oh, maybe I should have destroyed X-Mansion because of that. Yeah, if this is more than 3 power. Yeah, I should have destroyed the X-Mansion. Oh, that's perfect. Never mind. Look at that. Look at the perfect card for us there, chat. I think I want to Cerebro this turn, right? Because I want to Cerebro this turn, and then I want a 2+3 the next turn, and then I want to Blue Marvel the turn after. Is the plan? We're ahead here, so I'm going to snap them, I think. JK, the X-Mansion was secretly great for us. Are they about to Nova us? Or they're armoring? Oh, Jubilee, sure. So the Jubilee dies, but whatever she hits stays. Oh, and she hits Storm. Sure. Do you think they're gonna play into the flooding? I almost want to do this. And then we get to Blue Marvel somewhere next turn. Armor does not die to nowhere because it stops things from being destroyed. Okay, I think I do this. Oh, they waved. Okay. So we're still winning the Flooded City. And then they waved, so I can only play 1 card this turn. That's fine. We're only going to play Blue Marvel anyways, right? Thanks for the follow, Brand Flake. Yeah, solid win. I think this deck is real, chat. I was a little miffed when I opened Cerebro because I didn't think it was going to do anything, but this deck, I definitely win more than I lose with this. Which is definitely not true of everything that we play. All right, so no 1s or 2s here, but we are guaranteed to draw a Domino on 2, so we've got that going for us. Yeah, this is a really sweet build-around card. Yeah, so my initial draft of this deck had Leech and Professor X, and I tried some of the other 3 power 5 drops, and I really didn't like any of them. Was not a fan. Clearly, this means the random acquisition method is working as intended. I mean, I know you're joking a little bit, but it did kind of do what they wanted them to do in if they wanted to do in that instance, right? Blue Marvel is a pretty good additional... Blue Marvel is a pretty good additional payoff, yeah. Okay, so that's Warpath there. So I might... What if I Sentinel right, left, Cerebro right, and then next turn, I could potentially Shang-Chi plus armor? Hey, Gap, thank you for the 43 months. I really appreciate the support. Welcome back. Oh, shoot. Well, poop. Huh. Actually pretty bad for us. I guess we dead? I don't know. If I do this, they have to add what? I'm gonna be 15 power here, because if they put anything into the space throne, they lose the extra power here, and then I win Mojo World. So they can't play to the space throne, and they have to beat 15 here on the right. So I don't know that I'm confident enough to snap, but I think we play here for the win potentially. I'm not backing out, but I'm also not snapping. Yeah, we should be good, right? Unless it's like Claw. Yeah, them playing Chavez there means the Warpath loses its buff and we win with Blade. And that's really the power of what this Cerebro deck is doing, right? Like, we put 15 power across 3 cards into play on the last turn. That's a lot of stats. How does Warpath work? Warpath says if you have an empty path, he gets +5 attack. So as soon as they played out to the space throne, they no longer had an empty path, and he lost his bonus. I've actually hit a point where, because I'm spending the maximum amount of money every day, I actually have more credits than boosters currently. For the most part, we're almost out of credits now. Do you see my credits on the screen anywhere? You actually don't. I have 125 credits left currently. So, Agatha, 1, loses you cubes because she's bad, but 2, she also what's the word that I'm searching for? She also only gets boosters for herself. Yeah, it's funny. So, I would rather play Sentinel on 2 rather than Domino, because I want to leave myself the flexibility to play 2 2-drops on 4. I actually did open Agatha as well, though, so we're definitely gonna dork around with Mr. Negative and Agatha next at some point. I don't think we're gonna get to Agatha today. I think we're gonna play Certhreebro and Mr. Negative today. We'll get to we'll do some Agatha next week for sure. All right. Well, lost the flexibility I was hoping to have there in terms of curve, but I guess we could draw another 2 next turn if we're lucky. Devil Dino. We just Shang-Chi and hope this is going to be above 10? I think we Shang-Chi and hope this is going to be above 10. Oh, they did nothing. Deal. Okay, so now I can 2+3. So the question becomes, where do I want to 2+3? I think I want to spread my power out here a little bit. I think I want a Cosmo on the right. Okay, so they just did actual nothing for the last 2 turns. So we're winning center because of Cerebro. And then we'll just like blue Marvel right or left, doesn't really matter here. Because they're gonna Infinite somewhere. So we'll win center and left now. They didn't play there. Good stuff. did see your Agatha deck, and I think that's actually probably a pretty close to optimal way to build it, Crunchy. I plan to retool mine to start somewhere in that direction, I think. Oh, you know what? There was a new website that went up that had cards on it. I like this card filter search better than this other one. This card search, I think, is superior. Cards can't be played here. This is actually really bad for us because our deck is really good at playing its hand out, and now we're not going to be able to do that. Oh, we lost our Moon Girl. Sad. They lost their Carnage, though, so I guess we take that. Just Rhino it, right? Any cards you miss because you don't have 3 power? I do wish I had like a Nightcrawler or a Vision to get into places like the Sanctum. The end of turn 4, destroy cards here by the player who's losing. Yikes. Okay, well, Swarm with Blade is actually pretty good here. It would be better if we had a 3rd location to play to, but... All right, and that's gas, so I get to go Blade plus armor here. Now, the troubling part is we're only going to be able to have 15 center, and then we're only going to be able to have 20, right? Opponents should be snapping? You think so? I don't think they're guaranteed to win by any means. I guess they get to Nightcrawler into the Sanctum, so I have to win these two, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I've got, if we hit Blue Marvel in our next 2 draws, I think we got a real shot. Is a Dino on the last one? No, it's a shame we put armor here. Though obviously we couldn't play we didn't have another thing to play here. Opponent should be snapping, opponent concedes. So this is something that frequently happens with card gamers in Twitch chat is, one, you probably shouldn't even backseat me. You definitely should not be backseating my opponent whose cards you aren't aware of. Like, it's impressive to me how many times people are like, oh, your opponent made a mistake when they don't have all of the information that my opponent has. No joke, I think if you're playing Nova Carnage, snapping turn 1's probably correct most of the time. Not even kidding. Do I Blade? So, if I discard, if we just, it's close. There's a chance I could just fit this in elsewhere. That's a 1,000-year Star deck. Both the Magic decks we played today were awful piles of dog trash. It made me regret my life decisions and taking money to play them. But I also have to eat, so, you know, we do things for money. Ooh. Oh, wait. That's actually bad. Well, I guess I don't have a Cerebro in sight. This location is really bad for our deck. I could wait to play here to see if we draw a Rhino, but, like, We have half of our deck left, right? I think we just play into Murray Isle and accept that we're not going to get to Cerebro this game. Is it too aggro to snap here? Might be too aggro to snap against Nova. If I had Blue Marvel, I think I'd snap, but without Blue Marvel, I think I have to chill. If Cosmo to hose Nova mid, that's true. We could just die to, like, Devil Dino, though, right? And Cerebro technically adds 4 power on the right. I'm gonna Shang-Chi left just so they have to commit something here. Okay, and then we're actually going to have priority going into this last turn here. So, are we good? I think we're good, right? Although I guess if they Chavez me middle, I lose, right? But we don't lose to Nova Carnage. I'm gonna stay in case they're planning to Nova me, but we do lose to Chavez. Yeah, we're gonna get Chavez. Oh, we also lose to that, huh? Oh my god, they drew my Blue Marvel. What a feels bad, man. And again, this is just like why the Nova Carnage deck is so good, right? Like, even when you draw your cards that beat the Nova Carnage plan, they just have so many other good cards in their deck. And things like Cable just help them get even more good cards. It's not just as straightforward as, okay, we have to beat Nova Carnage specifically. All right. Someone said we should play Sunspot in this deck, and I think I agree with that. Black Widow was a pretty medium for me. Alright, so Mr. Negative, if you haven't seen him, is a really cool build around. So he's a 4 power for 4 that says, on reveal, he swaps the power and cost of all cards still in your deck. So he turns Iron Man into a 0 mana 5 power card. He turns White Tiger into a 1 mana 5 power card. He turns Arnim Zola into a 0 mana 6 power card, etc. I am playing an Odin, which is a little bit of a non-bow with Mr. Negative, just because he is good with Jubilee and he is good with White Tiger when we don't draw our deck's namesake, but yeah, we have number of cards that work really well with him, so let's go ahead and play some games here with this. I think I snap anytime I have Psylocke plus one of our 4 mana cards. Psylocke gives us... Psylocke is an accelerant, shit. Gives us an extra mana on turn 3. Thanks for the follow, Mr. Metal and Ash. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. All right, well, we're definitely playing Jubilee into Mojo World. Where's more power here? Gets a bunch. I followed beta for a few weeks, so I still haven't heard back. Yeah, they only did a couple of waves of beta invites, and they've slowed things down at this point. Well, that's a little unfortunate there. And we lost Mojo World. Yikes. This is not a good start to our deck for the first time. Shit. And Devil Dino left. And then we might Iron Man mid into Aramzola to put Iron Man into left and right. Oh, I guess that's not quite enough though, right? So Mr. Negative is not really worth playing here on this turn because we'll only get one draw with this bonus, and all of our best cards for him are here. So Aramzola destroys a card and then puts friendly copies in the other locations. I think I want a white tiger and then Zola the white tiger here is my plan. Oh no! I needed this tiger to run right. Shit. We lost the coin flip. So tiger puts a 7 power thing into a random other location, and then obviously this one could only go mid. Chavez. It's a shame Chavez went there. I guess she would have beaten us either of the other locations here. If Chavez had gone right, we would have won though. All right, hopefully we can draw our Mr. Negative in the top half this time through. Molly told you to expect another wave of invites by the end of the week. Okay, that's interesting. I'm surprised we're doing more beta waves and not just like doing more soft launches in other regions. I'm interested to see how many people they let in. All right, we didn't lose our Mr. Negative, chat. Step 1.
Oh, snap.
Angela Wright, I think. Psylocke would let me white tiger next turn. I could also just Devil Dino into Jubilee as well, though. I kind of like Devil Dino into Jubilee because Jubilee gives me an extra look at Mr. Negative next turn. Oh yeah, I guess it is the end of the week, isn't it? Okay, and there's our Mr. Negative. So I think we play this right and try and lock this area up, and then we'll get a couple of draws with his effect here. We do have Aramzola in our deck here still. Hopefully Jubilee and then Wolfsbane. I guess this location being kind of full is bad for Aramzol. I'm not actually sure if Angela's good in this deck, because she encourages me to fill up my spaces. Two cards in my deck. One of them is an Odin. I'm gonna chill on this Wolfsbane for now. I'm gonna Jubilee mid and see what we get. Oh my gosh, they drew my Aramzola with Cable. That's so flippin' rude. That's so rude. So they have a 0. So they have a 0 mana 6 power thing in their hand. I don't think we can beat that, right? Yeah, my Devil Dino is worthless now too. Yeah, I think we just retreat. I have a strong feeling that unlike the Cerebro deck that's actually pretty good, I think this deck's probably bad. The fact that Cable sees so much play and can like disrupt our potential payoff like we saw there is like such a beating. And Cable's a format staple. Hey, that's a Psylocke. I'm gonna Sunspot starting on the right because New York gives us the flexibility to pull them over if we don't want them to be here. Really would have been nice because we're gonna get to Psylocke next turn. I guess without a 4 in my hand, maybe I'm supposed to wait to Psylocke till 3 so I could White Tiger ahead of curve. That's such a beating. Yeah, there isn't really card draw in this game, 3Smith, because the decks are so small. I think Cable should reveal which card he took. I think Cable probably should only have 1 power. Cable's probably just too good. Well, we're winning. We're winning right, most likely. Are we just like Iron Man into Odin mid for stats? I think is the plan. They pass the turn here. They have Infinite. We retreat. Yeah, Angela's been pretty medium. Maybe Angela should just be Moon Girl. This Nova Carnage on the right here. Always, never not. All right, sure. Is Mr. Negative too good if it impacts your hand as well? I'm not sure that it is. It definitely feels real mediocre, only hitting your deck. Girl. You'd still have like the 25% of games where 30% of games where you just like don't try them. I tried this deck a little bit off stream with Quicksilver and Adam Warlock, but it just did not feel good enough. Just super clunky to just get a couple of card draws that still didn't always pay off. We've got the turn 4 Mr. Negative. We've got a Sunspot here to soak up some mana early. Unfortunately, and this is the variance of the deck, right? Is we've drawn a bunch of our good payoffs, so they're not going to be in our deck for Mr. Negative to hit. So, Moon Girl filling my hand so I can't draw this turn is actually pretty good. This deck almost assuredly wants to play Crystal, but I don't have a copy of Crystal yet.
Oh, snap.
Do I even stay in here? Like, my deck right now... Oh, I didn't update the picture. I need to update the picture. My deck right now is, like, a Psylocke, a Devil Dinosaur, an Ironheart, a Wolfsbane, and a White Tiger. I guess that's pretty good. There's six cards. It's Odin, Wolfsbane, Ironheart, Devil Dino, White Tiger. There's gonna be Nova Carnage over here, and that's why they snapped. Always, never not. Angela, I cut Angela for Moon Girl. I need to update the picture, I forgot to. And the problem is all these goddamn squirrels means I lose, right? Ooh. It's retreated. The Central Park flipped up. Well, Sunspot on one with the rest of this clunk in the trunk is pretty good. We have what's it called? We have an Odin in our deck that's technically uncastable after we Mr. Negative, just because it's good with Jubilee and White Tiger. We do have one uncastable. It was actually just the worst possible beat for us. Our one card that had a different mana cost. Because, like, here, right? If I would have gotten to go Jubilee into White Tiger into Odin, like, that's, like, a pretty good top end of our curve, right? I'm just gonna retreat. Iceman just, like, made our... I guess we could have waited to see if we draw Mr. Negative next turn, but most of our payoffs in our hand, too. Okay, I think I'm about ready to go back to playing the Certhreebro deck. You start hitting human opponents consistently in the rank 40 range. Which means you'll start hitting people playing mono, what's it called? Mono Nova. 40 to 50 range is where the Novaing starts. Snap too late there. It's not going to apply until the turn after this. Mr. Negative needs to be a 2 or a 3. Yeah, that would go a long way too. If there... I hate Weird World. Play relatively few cards. It seems that Moon Girl rarely does much, and Wolfsbane often isn't that exciting, right? Correct. But you have to have cards in your deck that are good with Mr. Negative when you draw them. So Wolf Girl, Wolfsbane is a 1 mana up to 9 power card on turns 5 or 6 after you Mr. Negative. And there aren't really other better Mr. Negative cards that I could be playing in that slot. Moon Girl is basically being played exclusively because she's insane with Devil Dino. Alright, so I think we're playing to win Weird World and the Negative Zone at this point. Estimated time while they address the Nova issue. Yeah, like a week and a half. All right, we got 2 hits from this over into here. Oh, right, and then it switched our hands around, which is just extra funny. Shit, I forgot what cards we just gave them, chat. What cards did we give them? Oh, we gave them 2 Devil Dinos that they can't use because our hand was empty. Deal. Good beats. Good beats. Listen, we take those, okay? We take those. You thought that was intentional giving them Devil Dino? No, chat, my brain is small. Actually, based on how big their hand was, the play was actually, I probably should have been playing the dinos out. I didn't consider that I was gonna get their hand on the last turn. You know, I should have been watching the sides of their hand. So, the problem with Quicksilver and Domino is that they each give you approximately a 5% less chance to play Mr. Negative on turn 4. So you're right that they give you less of a chance to draw stuff like these, but they also make it so your deck's just not going to have its key card as frequently. If you haven't checked out my Snap YouTube channel, I have an article there that breaks down all of the stats of playing just Quicksilver, just Domino, or Chavez, and more. You want to check that out, youtube.com/Hoglandia I'm going to sit on Psylocke here for a turn, because I would like to be able to Iron Man on 4, I think. Yeah, I have Warlock, and I tried Warlock plus Quicksilver in this deck, and I really just wasn't happy with it. Punished for not playing Jubilee on 2. It's just so difficult to draw cards with them, because, like, you either have to play Quicksilver, or you have to play a bunch of 1-mana cards to enable him. Casting Zola anyways. Ooh, candy. Mr. Negative. There are 3 cards in my deck right now. What are they? Ironheart, Moon Girl, and White Tiger. So I think it's worth playing Negative here, huh? Obviously drawing Moon Girl wouldn't be good, but both Ironheart and White Tiger are kind of absurd. So I have Moon Girl and who did we say? Ironheart in my deck? Yeah, I think we Tiger plus Jubilee here for sure. And actually, I kind of want a Jubilee. I want a Jubilee here first, so that way I fill this, and then Stark Tower hits all four things, and then White Tiger forces her thing center, and then we can Odin on here next turn to put another Tiger into the middle. Yeah, I'm gonna snap them. I think we're good to go here. You're jealous of my collection level. Well, with the power of your credit card, you too could achieve a similar collection level. Oh, the Moon Girl hit here does mean that... It does mean that I... And they Moon Girled as well. So we're gonna lose to double Nova Carnage, right? Because if I Odin here, I only have 22, and they're gonna get plus 16 here, right? Wolf left, Dino mid. That still loses to Nova Carnage, right? This is 7 and 10 here. Oh, they can't destroy mid. Oh, it's Wakanda. Is Wakanda gonna save us, chat? I think Wakanda saves us. Yeah, I think Wakanda saves us. Oh, did we lose because they moved Nightcrawler? This is Devil Dino. Oh, and it triggers Angela again. Okay. Yeah, and again, like, this is what, just to hammer this point home so people really get it, this is why when people say the Nova Carnage deck is too good, they're not just referring to explicitly Nova Carnage. Decks in card games are sums of their parts. And this deck isn't just playing Nova Carnage, which is cracked, but Moon Girl, Devil Dino, and Collector, and Angela to a degree, less degree on her, but to a degree, are the best things you can be doing in this game by a lot. So when one of those really busted things doesn't come together, like here, they were locked out of Nova Carnage because of Wakanda, double Devil Dino plus Moon Girl easily dunked us. What's it called? The dinosaur should probably just be 4 mana with its current stats. Getting to double Dino on 6 after you Moon Girl to copy it is a pretty big sad. All right, listen, chat. I don't always snap on 1, but when I have turn 3 Mr. Negative, I do, okay? Hit me, dealer. Oh, and we drew our Odin already? Drawing Ironheart this turn's a little sad. She would be free normally. Thanks for the follows for folks that are coming in today. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Jeff Hoagland. If you're not familiar with me, I create content here full-time on Twitch. I do Magic the Gathering, now Marvel Snaps, and Pokemon Unite, and a handful of other games. I've been playing card games like Magic for the better part of 2.5 decades now. I've been doing content full-time here on Twitch for the last 4 years. Before I did this in a previous life, in a previous life, I was a competitive Magic player, did well on the Star City Games circuit for a number of years, top 8ing a number of their large events. I also have a graduate and undergraduate degree in mathematics, so I'm a very, very analytical-minded person. I think this might just be like Jubilee into White Tiger into Odin here, depending on what we draw. Because we can Devil Dino for free at some point. All right, who's Jubilee getting for me? Ooh. Okay, so now I get to Devil Dino plus Arimzola here, and just put Devil Dinos in the other locations? And then do I White Tiger this turn? Well, it doesn't. Does armor stop that? It doesn't. Well, so this is a rules question. Is Zolaing Ironheart might actually be more stats. Yeah, that's true. Oh shit, that uses my mana though. That's fine. I actually don't know how this works. Let's try. Let's see what happens here. I forgot this wasn't free. Aaron, the way I read this, I assume it still activates even if it doesn't destroy. Okay, and it did. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay, ooh, and there's Moon Girl for Devil Dino, chat. Okay, well then, I think we Devil Dino here, Moon Girl here, Domino here. And this is gonna be 11 total. You want to Odin mid. Oh, that is kind of gas, huh? And then we can Devil Dino mid as well. Odin mid is the content play. Yeah, okay. Odin mid. And this is a Heimdall, I'm assuming? Sure. Listen, chat, I don't know if our deck is very good, but that was definitely great. The card was kind of gas. All of the Iron Hearts. Not a particularly great hand for us. And here you were worried Ironheart would be free. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mr. Negative is big do the thing energy. I have not opened Magic yet. She's on the list of cards I would really like to crack. Chat, I'm spending as much money as they will let me spend, okay? I am doing my best. What happens if you Mr. Negative a Hobgoblin? I actually don't know the answer to that. I assume it doesn't give you extra mana, but I don't know. It just goes to 0. Okay. Speak of magic, and limbo will appear. Are we just moon girling the devil dinos at this point? We can theoretically double Odin, that's true. Well, I'm glad we drew that after the fact. Well, now I can Odin here. Leech pulls all the abilities off of all the cards in my hand. They passed, so they have an Infinite. We actually beat Infinite, right? I don't want to play this out because this is less power. I have 10, 21. Oh, we're going to lose to Infinite here by 1. That's sad. We beat him middle, though. I'm going to stay in. I think they Infinite mid. We win. Oh, they don't have Infinite. They were just waiting a turn. Interesting. Ha-ha! What if I put stuff left? Yeah, maybe that's better. Oh, wait, no. Oh, this is 0. Sorry. I could have put Iron Man Odin here. And then regardless of where they went here, we won. Yeah, that was the better line. I'm in my brain, I just couldn't play at this location. My brain was, I can't play here. But yeah, we totally could have played there. All right, we ended up winning anyways, but the optimal line is definitely Iron Man Odin left. Agree. I feel like anytime you Mr. Negative Iron Man, you're so hard pressed to lose. It's just so good. Poor Iron Man being stuck in my hand. Ongoing effects here are doubled. It's good for Mr. Dino. I guess we'll Psylocke into the right. I'm gonna snap here because we have turn 3 Mr. Negative. For sure. Sick beat. Scarlet Witch is such a troll card sometimes. Oh, shit! They're so dead! Just, what a fucking troll game. R and Jesus take the wheel. Thanks for the cubes. Appreciate you. That's a rough beat. It's a rough beat, shit. Skill game. Sunspot, do your thing. It is so much easier to laugh off variants in this card game compared to any other card game I've ever played, just based purely on the fact that the games are short and punchy. Getting variants out of a game you were invested in for 60 seconds is so much better than getting variants out of a game you were invested in for 60 minutes. So a kind of interesting dynamic is that it's actually beneficial for me to lock my hand with Moon Girl here, because it stops me from drawing a card that I likely want to flip with Mr. Negative anyways. This is upside filling my hand this turn, I think. It might be right to punt mid here. I could go either way. I think turn 7 is good for us, yes, on average. Well, that's definitely good for us, Chip. The old Okoye in your Jubilee deck. I love the inverted artwork on these things too. It's so good. All right, what if we Psylocke into Ironheart and then we Aram Zola the Ironheart next turn? I'm gonna snap on that, I think. I could also Iron Man instead of Psylocke Ironheart and then Aram Zola the Iron Man. Wave's actually good for us here because I was only planning on doing one thing next turn anyways, right? Okay, now I do this, right? And then next turn, we can Aram Zola. Either of these? I guess that means I can't Iron Man next turn if I'm going to do this, though. I think I want the flexibility to Iron Man next turn. I think I want the flexibility to Iron Man next turn. Dr. Doom is kind of scary. That's a card I'd really like to open. Is this a bug? Why can't I play this card into the big house? That feels like a bug, right? No, it's a 1 cost yet. If anybody's in the beta Discord, could you ask if that's a bug? Or post it in there for me? I think we're good to win here, right? Because I Iron Man mid, White Tiger goes left, and then this is gonna get one more, so we're gonna add 8 here, and we're gonna add a bunch in the middle because of Iron Man. We had snapped earlier. I think we beat second Dr. Doom, right? Doom. This deck is really sweet when it works. Just incredibly sweet. But I'm glad we kept poking at this instead of giving up, because it's been gas. Yes, our Mr. Negative deck is much worse when we don't draw Mr. Negative. That is for sure. I think Dream Dimension's actually pretty bad for us, so I'm gonna Scarlet Witch that one away. Thanks for the follows, folks, by the way. To people that are coming in, if you enjoy the vibe of the Snap channel, I'd appreciate it if you just take a second and drop a sub over at my Hoaglandia Snap YouTube channel as well. I'm posting highlights there a few days a week. All of my best content is ending up over there. Appreciate the folks take time to check it out. All right, with Psylocke this turn, I think we want to Psylocke into White Tiger probably, right? Gets the play. Then we could potentially Odin on the next turn. I think that's fine for us, right? Honestly, I think I snap here before they see the Tiger flip up because the Raptors here means they're locked out over here. I think we have a good shot to win this. I think this is our last chance that they have to stay in. Once the Tiger comes up, I think they bail. We just go Tiger into Odin here. I failed to move decks. I think the move decks are a ton of fun. In fact, that Hoaglandia Snap channel I referenced a little bit ago, you can find some gameplay up there of the move deck. If you're someone that's been looking for a lot of non-Nova Carnage decks, basically everything I post up there, I think we've got 7 or 8 deck highlights at this point, is all non-Nova Carnage stuff. I think the very first thing we did had Nova in it, but the rest of them since have been a variety of things. Oh, I forgot to hit end turn. Oops. Brain fart sometimes. Cerebro is pull 3. Oh, speaking of Nova Carnage, that means we die on the left, right? Thinking +8 here. We could still win this, though, theoretically, right? I can Devil Dino here, and then Odin is going to put another Tiger in the middle. First pull 3 card is 460. Ikea is a little scary. Just hand big. Oh, wait! I can win the left if I just don't play mana. If I have a spare mana this turn, 2 spare mana. Okay, so what gives me a better chance to win? Do I Odin a Tiger into the middle, or do we Wolfsbane and then win left? It's probably about a wash, right? I guess Odin adds 1 more power here, which makes it better, right? I'd rather have 1 more power in here because I also need to win this path. Because this, because of the White Tiger, guarantees I win mid, just like Wolfsbane would guarantee I win left. But Odin here means I'm more likely to win right. We win the breaker by 1? I think we win the breaker by 1. Got him. Thanks for the 8 cubes. That was kind of great. Good beats on both sides. Good stuff. Yes, and in fact, we tied there and then won the tiebreaker because we counted through the difference with Wolfsbane versus not. Yes, pull 3 has all the weird deck building stuff for sure. Which is why I have offered my credit card up to our benevolent Marvel Snap gods and worked to ensure that I can get through it as quickly as possible. All right, we have Mr. Negative on 4. I'm gonna snap. Yeah, Psylocke adds 1 energy the following turn, so she lets you Mr. Negative on 3. No! Oh, no! The hubris! What a... R and Jesus take the wheel. Big oof. I don't have to run away until, I don't have to run away until, what's right? I don't have to run away until they snap back, chat. I can draw a few cards here first. This Jubilee's about to hit a rock, and then we'll concede. Oh, yeah. I'm out. Peace. We're out of here. Subterranea. Good old rock. Nothing beats rock, chat. By the way, I've been trying to remember to shill it a few times today. If you're a Pokemon Unite fan, their regional finals are this weekend. Zoinkscast is actually in chat there. He and myself and Spraggles and Dupe Snacks will be broadcasting on the official Pokemon Unite Twitch and YouTube channels tomorrow and Sunday for the EU and NA finals. So if you enjoy Pokemon Unite stuff, be sure to drop by for that. All right, so we have Moon Girl right on time, Sunspot. Welcome to the party. I think I'm Moon Girling off to the side because I don't want to leave myself the flexibility to Aramzola, something into the center. I think I'm staying in through a snap here. And again, filling our hand with Moon Girl here is actually beneficial because I want the cards to stay in my deck until I've Mr. Negatived. Because we don't draw a card when we start with 7. Zola is better when you draw him after playing Mr. Negative. Big true. Big true. That's fine. Let's draw like a white tiger this turn, huh? Although I guess she's not even that good, right? Because she'll cost 2, because the Dream Dimension is super awkward for us. Psylocke, okay. I guess we can like Sunspot here and then Psylocke here. It's probably going to be a Mr. Negative on 4 game that we do not win, in part because of the Dream Dimension, but also in part because one of our draws was Psylocke after. That's kind of the awkward tension this deck has a little bit too, right? Like, you need cards like Psylocke to have plays early, but then drawing them post Mr. Negative is a pretty big medium. Well, that's cute. It's a shame Sinister London doesn't have more at it. Do I Ironheart here and then Odin here, hoping that Ironheart flips over to here and then Odin triggers it again? I think that's the play, right? We could get Nova Carnaged middle. We could Iron Man. Yeah, that's true. We could Iron Man here, and then Iron Heart, like, here. I don't hate that either. This gives Sunspot more attack as well. Let's do that, actually. I think we're getting Nova Carnage in the middle. Yeah. Deathlock Nova, same difference. He's a little... Deathlock's a little bit smaller, I guess. Go center! Go mid! Go mid! Yikes. Did we win the tiebreaker? I think we did, right? No, it was an exact tie. What a rough beat. We needed this Iron Heart to hit two things. We needed him to hit two of these three. One of them went over here to Sinister London. If we would have had these hit three of these five instead of going over here, we'd have been okay. But yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Draw's better than a loss. Oh, did Ironheart do 0 middle there? I think you're right. She did do 0 middle there, didn't she? Okay, so that actually was a pretty low roll. Okay. Right, because the Sunspot went up because of the mana, not because of the Ironheart. Listen, chat, I don't always snap on 1, but when I do, it's because I'm going to Mr. Negative on 3. All right, gamers, let's go. All in. All right, here's hoping we can wait to draw our RM Zola until after we negative. Would be ideal. Okay, we gotta dodge for one more turn here. Olympia is rough for this deck. It's fine, right? Actually, Olympia is good for us because it means we're more likely to have negative on 4, right? Because we'll still have some cards afterwards in our deck that we can draw. Okay, and we didn't draw the other one yet, so I think we negative on the right, and then we've got some Aram Zola potential next turn. So again, Mr. Negative flips the power and cost of all cards in our deck. So that Zola is going to be a 0 cost 6 power card if we draw it. That being said, for people that know how my variance works, I assume we are about to draw a 8 mana Odin next turn. Is how it usually works here. Ooh, I found a piece of candy. Okay, so now because there's an Odin in my deck, what do we think of Ironheart plus Jubilee middle? Because Jubilee could hit Odin to trigger Ironheart to trigger Jubilee again. We have two cards in our deck. Oh, their Cable could have stolen our Aram Zola too. All right, I'm gonna do this. This is the content play. Okay, that's also not bad for us. And we know they don't have our Zola now. Ooh, a piece of candy. Okay, so I think we Iron Man, right? Yeah, they have our Odin, right? Because our deck is empty now. So we know they have an uncastable Odin. Nice card. Nice card, this Cable. And then I can Wolfsbane. Well, I can Wolfsbane plus Devil Dino next turn, or I could Moon Girl Devil Dino. I guess Dino's not going to be worth a whole lot of stuff either way. See, chat, the uncastable Odin is tactically in your deck to give to your opponent. They Cable. Oh, did they Cable before we negative? They might have. They might have a castable. Oh, we could Wolfsbane and White Tiger next turn. Yeah, that's true. That's more power, right? Because this is 5 and this is 1. Yeah. Good shout. Okay, so do I just punt left now and make sure I win? I think we punt left, right? Yeah, I think I like that. I like Tiger left, Wolfsbane mid. I think is the play. Actually, you know what? I think Wolfsbane is supposed to go right because they're probably going to blow up Nova here, which means I don't need extra power. I think we lose if they go card and my Tiger hits center here. I messed this up. I should have Tigered left and I should have Wolfsbane. But I really wish I could undo my actions to undo my submit when my opponent hasn't also submitted. That would be an interface improvement for sure. If I'm sitting here waiting anyways. All right, we hit the good variance here, so that's fine. Sweet. That was a gas game as well, chat. Out of credits, chat. Sedge. Any tips for a new player to grow your collection? Outside of spending money, just do your dailies, obviously. Don't spend money on fast upgrades is the big one. These are a waste. Credits are your bottleneck. When you get free to play gold, spend it on more credits. Making a card acquisition guide, a how to grow your collection guide, is on my to-do list for the Snap YouTube channel. Definitely gonna be something I'll be putting up on the Snap YouTube here in the next week or so. So, fun fact, double sunspot works exactly the way we want it to work. And I have Mr. Negative on 4 here, so I'm gonna snap. Thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. Sorry for the brief connection interruption there. Psylocke is sick here. Oh, is there Electra gonna roll on my... Well, now I'm really glad we drew Psylocke, since my sunspots weren't going to go anyways. So we don't want to Mr. Negative into Sinister London. because we don't want him to trigger twice because he'll just undo what he does. So I think we play him right, because I don't know that I'm going to be able to win Hala necessarily. Oh, why didn't... I feel like they probably should have Okoyo'd into Sinister, right? Do I want to do this proactively? I guess it has the upside of getting into Stark Tower. I think we want to Ironheart left for now. And I think I'm gonna chill for a second. Double Jubilee is pretty good. I guess maybe they didn't want to fill their board space with the second Okoyo, but the upside just seems so high.
Oh, snap.
So there's a Zola and a White Tiger and a Wolfsbane in my deck. I think I want to Iron Man and get doubles on him. Okay, so they skipped, which means they're about to Infinite me. I think we just do this, right? Do I have a card left in my deck? I do have cards left in my deck. Oh no! We lost the coin flip. Oh, was I supposed to... Oh, I needed to... Did I need to Jubilee into here? No, that still wouldn't have done it, right? Because it would have been only 9. If I Devil Dino into here... We would have won if their Infinite would have landed. I'm trying to figure out, was there a way to math this so I end up better here? I don't think so. We needed one of our other Iron Hearts earlier to go here. You wanted to Odin left. So if I Odin left instead of... I would have to not Jubilee. So if I Odin left, I end up with... 13, I guess that's 26 here at a minimum. And then I trigger Ironheart, so maybe I win here then. Yeah, I think you're right that Odin left is better. Because if I Odin left, we at a minimum tie the Infinite here, and at best we win it, because if Ironheart hits any of these 3, we win. And then well, I guess we still would have been winning this even without the Iron Man here, right? Yeah, we just instead of Jubilee Center, we Odin left, because then we tie. That's a good shout. That was super winnable. And I deserve that loss. Anywhere in the game that lists the card pools, not in client. There are a number of community sites that list which cards appear in which pools, though. Oh, and if Odin spawned right, and it was a Sinister London, right? So Odin would have spawned somewhere else as well. Yeah, I definitely should have Odin left. Sad that I missed that. I think we're just playing sunspots every turn for the first 3 turns, chat. Floating Vance is the lame version of Sinister London. That is kind of true. Ooh, they hit Kunlun, which that could actually be, they could actually be the movement deck with Forge here. Nope, they're actually just Nova Carnage. Got it. Well, that's a fucking awful beat. Not only did they get Magneto, but we hit 0, so I can't Mr. Negative this turn now. Ooh. I guess I should have sunspotted mid, huh? Now, something that is fun here is that this copies with the extra power here. So she's 7 plus whatever additional we get. All right, who's left in my deck here? Is it even worth using Mr. Negative? I have an Odin. I have an Iron Man. Iron Man is a pretty good one to get. I think it's Mr. Negative based on Iron Man alone. We have Iron Man, we have Jubilee. Iron Man and Jubilee are both good hits in 4 cards. I'm gonna stay in through the snap for sure. Tiger spawning does not count as moving, no. Okay. Yeah. Snap. We have a 1 in 3 to hit a 5 power Iron Man here. And crush the center, and our sunspots are gaining 6 here. Yeah, we also have Odin in our deck. If Odin hits, he's only 6 power, but he'll trigger Wolfsbane again. Which will mean it'll end up plus 12. Oh, no, the order's wrong. Ooh, okay, we might be okay. I think we're probably still good. Killmonger is really good, shit. Killmonger is really good. I've got to copy him. He is super strong. Our poor little sunspots, chat. They flew too close to the sun. Yeah, the zero was a huge part. We almost overcame the fact that the X-Men mansion gave us incredibly bad variants. Almost won in spite of that. Just full spading. Second Crimson Cosmos is pretty mediocre for us. I guess we just like plan to Iron Man plus Odin mid. I think Killmonger is very good. I've been playing a lot of disruptive mid-range deck with Killmonger. They'll actually have a deck highlight posted of this weekend on the Snap YouTube channel as an extra plug for that. If you're looking to play a mid-range deck, I think Killmonger is pretty S tier. All right, so they can't, if they want to Nova me, they have to Nova here. I guess I lose here to Devil Dino as well, though, and they're snapping. I think I just concede. I think the odds of them having Devil Dino here are super high. So we probably win the Iron Man Odin path, and we just die to Devil Dino here because they're gonna get to slide Nightcrawler and then Double Dino us and win the Monster Metropolis. I think we just snap when we have Mr. Negative on 4 and our hand looks like this. We got Zola and White Tiger and Iron Man and Jubilee and friends all inside the deck still. Like Psylocke. Rats, never lucky. I'd rather Sunspot or Moon Girl. I think I'd rather Sunspot, right? You play a card here, shuffle a rock, 3 rocks into your deck. Well, that's awful for us. This is a card I'd really like to open. When you play a card here, swap it with a card in your deck. Very powerful effect. Alright, so that's gonna do something at some point. I'm gonna Jubilee mid for now. Oh, I could just do this, right? I guess he has a chance to hit whatever she hits. Yeah. Most of what she's hitting is pretty good, he says before he flips Psylocke. Okay, perfect. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. Holy crap, chat. I don't know how this is gonna play out, but it's gotta be good for us, right? This deck definitely has the craziest bursts at the end of anything I've touched that's not Double Nova. Alright, RNGesus, take the wheel. They're gonna concede. It's a good thing we snapped early, chat. I think they're inclined to bail here. Come on, stand for the 2 cubes. You know you want to. I snapped turn 1. I think we still win because of Sunspot, but that's a hell of a twist. There's no way they win, right? They can concede now, though. They can safely concede knowing that they can't win. Okay, I had already snapped, chat. We snapped on one because we had Mr. Negative. Torched. Completely torched. All right, that was awesome. Okay, chat, unfortunately, I have to go. So I mentioned earlier, I'm part of the Pokemon Unite broadcast this weekend for the official EU and NA regional championships, and we have a rehearsal this afternoon. So I need to go grab something to eat, and then we have a rehearsal starting in 15 minutes. So appreciate everybody hanging out. If you want to see a lot more fantastic decks like this that aren't just abusing Nova Carnage, be sure to head on over to youtube.com/Hoaglandia because I'm broadcasting all weekend, I am going to be off on Monday, but I'll be back Tuesday through Friday next week with live Snap content here on Twitch, as well as some of the other games that I play. But that Snap YouTube channel, I'm planning to post highlights there Friday, Saturday, or sorry, today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So check out that YouTube channel for Snap stuff for the next 3 days, and I'll be back with more live stuff on Tuesday. Appreciate all the new follows. Hope y'all come back again sometime.